Hello to anyone that's come in.
Oh.
Not yet. We usually have to wait, don't we?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'll just do a bit of
Sharing along.
sharing scary. Thank you. Do some sharing.
Definitely. We have got a Susan. Hi, Susan. How you doing?
Susan Harrison. Hello, Susan.
Yeah. So there's me, John, and Annette, and we're joined here as well. We Mickey. So
Hello.
we're just sharing at the moment. We hope everyone's having a good weekend.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
It's a wet one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wet.
The wet one.
It is.
And there's no whiskey involved anywhere, honestly. There's
No,
not.
no whiskies.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah,
No whiskey yet.
that's later.
No, not yet.
But I can't promise there won't be. So
No, I can't either. No, definitely not.
right then, there we go. So yeah, Susan's good. Holly's well. That's good. That's good news. At least there's one of us. No, there we go. No, actually, everything's pretty good. It's just been busy, been doing loads of things.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've been just at work all week.
Which, yeah, I mean,
Which is
I had two kids trying to make slime, and it turned into just extremely sticky glue. It was like it was more like an epoxy glue. I'll be honest with you, I've saved it because it's ace. It's if when I need glue,
Yeah.
I've got glue. But it weren't slime that they were thinking. I thought it weren't that. And if if that got anywhere, you're not getting it off anything. I don't know what they've done. They've made a really sticky substance.
Yeah.
I've
been in a few sticky situations. Does that count?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, William.
Hi, William. John D. Susan, how things been done tonight? So, well, Annette, we're going to be talking to Mickey, and Mickey's got some good information on and experiences on remote viewing. That's correct, isn't it, Mickey?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you call it myself, but it's certainly some experiences. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
I mean,
sorry, carry on.
No, well, just from my thing, I've always been like a visual person, as in I go to sleep from a young age. I go to sleep, and I travel about in my sleep. I can't do it at will, but travel about in my sleep, and I get.
That's good traveling.
Yeah, I believe that's what I must be doing. I come back with information. I see faces I've never seen before. I have come back with like premonitions, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Put it this way: I saw something over there in a dream, and then a bunch of coincidences made me stay in. And I ended up looking for a film, and then that film that I picked, the scene in the film, is the scene that I saw when I was asleep that night. I don't know how that happened. I watched it. I'm like, are you joking? I saw that in my sleep. It made no sense. And then as soon as I saw it, it's like, I were bound to see that scene. Something new, but I could have, by chance, just not ended up there, but I did. And it was like that. Well, that's just amazing. And then remote viewing, I got interested in that when I watched a film called Beacon 77. Well, it was called Seventh Dimension, when some guys, some students in a room were studying Bible code, and government authorities remote viewed into the room to stop them. And that got me really interested in this stuff. Yeah. I mean,
Right. I've got a book. I haven't got it here. I should have. And it shows you, it's dated 1998. And it actually shows you about remote viewing. And believe it or not, I can prove it because I'll send you the video later when I make it of the Twin Towers getting blown up.
yeah.
Whether you believe me or not, I don't care, but it's in the book. I know it's dated 1998, and I'll make the video and I'll make it public. I didn't publish it. It's in the book. It's just a book I was given when I went to do a course of paranormal, because to work in paranormal in radio, TV, with which I was doing, you had to have this exam. So I went and sat it, and I got this book, and in the book it shows you the Twin Towers being hit. And that's the bit of remote viewing.
Yeah.
I could go and get it now, but I'm not going to do, obviously.
Yeah.
But it does show you the Twin Towers being blown up.
Yeah. And to coincide with that and what Susan said there about, I mean, Susan says she has premonitions. So that's it.
Yeah.
But I believe you with this, with 9/11, because of this. And Annette said this before, some viewers might have. I went to sleep this Sunday. I had a dream. I went into this room, and there were like a long-haired, like, you know, like an hippie kind of person, chilled out, cool. He's behind counter. I walk in, and there's paraphernalia at all different wars. And I saw World War II stuff. And I'm like, look, I looked to see, I thought, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to look at that. So I turned round. And there's 3 plates, World War I, World War II, and World War III. And I said to him, that's not happened yet. He looked at me and just went, not for you, it hasn't. And I'm like, whoa. So I went into a back room, and there were people from different countries arguing, debating. Yeah. And then I woke up because I think it shocked me out of it. Like, anyway, Monday I went to work. Tuesday, I purposely stayed off work to watch news until first playing it. I was waiting for something. I don't know what it were. I just knew if I watch this news today and stay off work, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to see something happen. And I did, and I watched it. And this is all what started me off with all these kind of things happening. It made me want, like, what's, because then I'm like, right, what's going off here? You know, is some things more likely to happen? So you get something tries to give you a warning. I don't know. You know, so so there were a book on that with that in. Yeah,
I've got it here at home.
That's
it's not within reach, but I will send it to Annette tonight. I'll make it available for you to publish. But the thing. I'm not a psychic, and I'm not a medium. I'm a gypsy boy, and I don't class myself as being anything else. I'm just me. But you know, my mum always said to me, "Thoughts are alive, boy." How many times have you thought something and it's happened or it's come true? So what you are is a receptacle. You're picking up thoughts from guides, workers, and inspirers, or even from the universe, or even from world leaders that are talking about these things. Have you ever thought that?
Yeah. This thing.
Food for thought.
You see, you think about that Trump fella, right? Now. He was going to be talking about this. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. He's a powerful man. All right. He's a nobody really in the spirit world. All right. He's a big somebody on the earth plane.
Thank you.
So when the radio sends out radio waves, if you've got a receptacle, you'll pick it up.
Yeah.
So when them men are talking about if he carries on, there's going to be the Third World War. Can you remember that conversation not that many days ago?
Yeah.
And you've picked it up. That's what you picked up, and that's what I'm being told now. So you have actually picked up what President Trump is talking about.
Right, yeah, I'm getting you, because also my first dream that I can remember, and people have heard this before, thank you, Geraldine. I was laid on settee, only young, and I used to lay on settee with my dad watching films, and I had the curtains open, and I fell asleep. I saw myself in my dream.
Yeah.
And then I looked over at the road, and there's a silhouette of a black man, a silhouette of a dark silhouette.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know what it were. It was in window, and it were looking at me.
Yeah.
And that dream reoccurred when I was 7, 13, 20 something. And every time I had it, I got a bit closer to going over to get to find out who it were.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never got there yet, but
well, what you're actually looking at, right, is how many times should you have died?
I have had a lot of them, yeah.
Bingo. So what you're looking at is not your time yet.
Yeah.
So what you're actually seeing is what they do, them dark shadow figures, as they're called, come from the darkness, as I call them, the devil. Call him what you like. They come to collect you. They come to frighten you. They come to put the fear in you. But they're also demons as well.
Right. Yeah.
So but if you're walking the path of righteousness and the path of light, they can't get to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah. No.
Sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say thank you, because it makes a lot of sense. And just going back on that as well for everyone watching as well. When you said, Mickey, if someone's thought about it, maybe you're picking it up. Annette's often said, one culture, ancient culture, thought something, and then all of a sudden on the other side of the planet, that another culture just started doing it.
Yeah.
Right. How many? You could have 50 people sitting in a room, right, with one light bulb. All right. We all share the same light. We've just got one God. It's got different names for it. We call it a light bulb. What do other cultures call it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
One God, one light. Call it what you like. It's shared by us all. And if it's got one idea, it's shared by somebody else, and somebody else. So it's the light that shares everything.
Yeah, and I suppose really you need sort of people like to receive it, to pass it to other people, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some people that back for the other side, right? But you know, that's their hard look, isn't it? Because the devil doesn't keep his promises, and that's a fact.
Yeah, definitely. And there's often that when you've got a group. Well, I'm going to say it this way just because it's my own experience. I worked in manufacturing, and there's a group of fellas together looking at something, trying to solve a problem, and it's like three. If there's 8 people, 3 will come to an answer at the same time. I was just thinking that it happens.
Collective thinking, collective thought.
Yeah. Right.
Again, it's the same light.
Yeah.
It's the same light brought by guides, workers, inspirers that bring people together, because many hands make light work, or many voices can be heard.
Yeah.
If you're a quiet voice shouting in a dark night, no one's going to hear you. But if you're collective, people will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes angels make themselves known in many strange ways.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So and this is not for any other reason, just my own thing. In Bible, that's when it says God goes, "I'm with you all," but when there's three of you together, I'm with you more. You know, when three people's together or more is there definitely. You know, so it's like, I get you. It's like a collective.
Well, if you think about a demon, all right, he's a super being. A demon can be in 1,000 places at once. Right? You can be, people think that when I've gone out to do exorcisms and people think you're going to be possessed by one demon. You can be possessed by thousands, legion together. When you actually think about numbers, we think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But a demon can have many, many personalities, but so can an angel. An angel can have many different jobs, many different voices, many different faiths, and many different hearts, depending on what you want. You might want it today because somebody's passed. You might want it tomorrow because that's the same angel, but with many, many, many different vibrations. Yeah, that they bring you upliftment, comfort, guidance. They bring you what you need at the time.
Yeah. No, so I mean,
sorry.
Anyone watching, if you've got questions, if you just put them in comments while we're going along, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, Mickey, there's a lot there because we've looked at premonitions, and so like you said, if you've got this radio wave that you like collective thought and human thought, I'm just wondering. I wonder how the possible future things can be like. How can people have a premonition of something possibly in future? You know, because it hasn't happened yet, or is it because it's very likely to happen?
When you think about premonition, you've got your own free will, right? And you can only have premonitions, all right, that affect other people that don't affect you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there to save that person on that bike. You wouldn't be there to do this, do that, and other people. So there are life's a web, all right? Yeah. There are roads that you have to cross and things that have to happen, all right? But if you want to see something for somebody else, you're allowed to see it. It's a premonition, and you meant to give it off. And if you don't, then that could change your life, your pattern, what's going on around you. So you are meant to give that off, or you're meant to do something with it. It's very, very rare you see things for yourself, unless it's inconsequential.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, and I've seen something in a dream. And I tried to avoid it that day, and even when I got to the point where I thought I avoided it, as soon as I put my guard down, it happened, and it left me laughing because I was like, "Wow, it were amazing! I found it amazing." I thought I avoided it, and the person what I had a disagreement with in my dream, I spent that day with him because I worked with him.
Yeah,
everything went fine. I thought I've avoided it; it's fine. I were on my way home. He stopped the car. And he pulled me up about something, and we had a disagreement. I'm like, he's never done that. It's never happened. I've tried to avoid it. And as soon as I stopped thinking about avoiding it, it happened. And I'm like, that's it. I'll be honest with you, I loved it because I'm like, wherever I got that from that night, I can't fault it because it happened, even when I tried for it to not happen. And this is so what you're saying is making a lot of sense.
That you can change what's going to happen to you by. Let's give you an example. Let's say you don't believe in God, you don't believe in anything like that, and then all of a sudden you end up in hospital. Something happens, and you go, "Oh shit!" You know,
Yeah.
that I've seen that, but that was meant to happen to you to change your life.
Ways.
That is your chance. That is your second chance. All right, to help not only mend your ways, but to help people see what you've been through and shine your light on them and bring light to them. You know, and I'm not going to go on. I was in hospital a couple of 3 years ago. I was in a coma for 9 weeks, and trust me, some of the things I saw, you know, you talk about near-death experiences and all that. I went. The first operation failed miserably, and it did. I had to go and have another. I'm not going to go into it, but they rushed me into theatre, and here's me in the theatre. I'm spark out on this table, but I'm up on that, looking down on myself. So when I come round 9 weeks later, I told the nurse, "Oh, we get a lot of that. We get a lot of that. You know, it's your brain." I said, "Well, there's a postcard up there." I said, "There's a postcard up there dated the Queen's Silver Jubilee, 1977. No. So after COVID, what do they do? They clean everything out, didn't they? And what did they find? A postcard.
Yeah, postcard.
Oh, you must have been there before. What, in the operation theatre? No.
It's not
I don't think so. No,
Yeah.
never.
Wow.
You see me planking round some hospital in operating theatre? No, never. It would never happen.
Yeah,
No.
we try and keep away from them places.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I hope you're all right now anyway, Mickey.
I'm as good as can be expected.
That's good.
Keep him breathing. That's you know, the secret. If you keep breathing, that's it. You know, and keep laughing. You know.
Yes.
But keep going. Yeah.
Just keep laughing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We have got Susan, haven't we? She acts in her premonitions now. She was saying.
Yeah.
And then Kelly saying, "I saw a disaster, but no one would have believed me." And thousands.
Right.
See, that's an issue, isn't it? You could see something, but how many would really listen to stop something happening? I don't know. It's a tricky one, that one.
The thing is, it's not a case of trying to stop anything. What's happening is for you to believe in yourself. It's the faith that what you're getting is that is the be all and end all and the secret of everything I do. To believe in them, to believe in them without question, and to give off what I get.
Yeah.
And that is the secret to everything I've done and everything I've succeeded to do, to not doubt what they give me. That is the secret. And it doesn't matter whether you can save 10 people, 5 people, or nobody. It's believing in what you get. Because the more you believe, the more you're going to get, and the closer they're going to come to you to actually one day something goes, boom, you've done it.
Yeah.
Stop doubting. Give us what you get. Even if you've got egg on your face, you've done something about it because you believe in what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sally Ann's put something there, hasn't she? Last week, I let myself down by not listening to my gut instincts, giving me a massive warning, trying to keep me safe. I didn't listen, and the situation went left badly. Never again shall I ignore it. It's our sixth sense. Yeah.
Right. Can I
there's different things sometimes, isn't it?
Can I just say something here? Right. I've got a lady here from Solian who's just come that close to me, actually. I'm not going to do no reading, but what I'm feeling from that, it wasn't a case that you didn't listen. I feel what I'm being given is, I'll try and get this out. What I'm being given is, it was letting other people down. I feel you've always tried to fit in, all right? and you've been made to doubt yourself, and now something's come along and gone, whap, right, is what I'm being given, and this is the start of the rest of your life. And I've got to say to you, all right, this lady's bringing some changes into your life to help you make things right, not only in, but out of your life as well. So I'm going to leave that there. Sorry about that.
No, you're okay, Mickey.
Oh, that's great, that. And yes, I am. Let us know what you think. Oh, I mean, Robert, yeah,
I was a minor. They all had a sixth sense. Yeah.
I agree with that. Totally.
Yeah. My granddad, he knew it were collapsing, mine.
Yeah.
And, he pulled someone out. He were in that little circle. He were a legend because he pulled someone out.
Yeah.
As the earth were closing in on him, it basically cut his back and left it tattooed with coal dust all down his back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he didn't know. He couldn't hear out. He just thought, I don't like this today, and I'm going to make. He started making his way out, but then he tried to get this other guy out as well. Like so,
there's coal mining in our family, but my granddad used to say that the pit props used to talk to them and the vibrations. You know, I mean, I've never been down a pit, so I don't know, but. He always believed that the pit props talked to him and they sung. And whether you believe that or not, I don't know. But he's talking about wooden pit props now, not these metal things that they used to have, if you know what I mean. So I can understand that when he's talking about miners and that,
Yeah. You see, as well, I get what you've just said, because if you get someone that hasn't been underground, hasn't been a miner, something could happen and you do not know what's happening.
No.
Someone what's been in them places day in, day out, they're going to pick up things that we're blind to, you know. So I totally believe it. Yeah. I mean,
people pleaser, no more. No.
So Sally Ann's saying there, sometimes she tries, you know.
So what this lady was saying was right then, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, Sally Ann, it's not me, it's this lady here. Don't go around, just listen to yourself and stop trying to please other people. Do it for yourself and listen to yourself. Don't matter whether you've got egg on your face or whether you feel a bit of a schmuck. It doesn't matter. It's for you. All right? Stop. Just do what you feel right. Yeah, you're going to have egg on your face one way or another. It's either you or them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, definitely. And so, Mickey, you said you've got like you've got a. Did you say you had a gypsy background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's come from the gypsy community. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And then I know you've said in past that you spent time in military as well.
Yeah.
So I can see that in you as well. You know that. Forward, thinking, you know, that good forward thinking. You know,
all right,
it's a good thinking way of doing things. You know, I like that. It's really good.
All right. I don't know about that,
but it don't look like you've got much fear. So when you see stuff, I bet do you get scared? I mean.
I've never been in a situation yet where I haven't been scared, even when I was married, but we won't talk about that either.
Yeah, I get you with that. I'm not going to speak about that.
I know. I think when you do some of the things that we all do, like Evel Knievel, jumping out of a ruddy aeroplane, whatever, there's always that fear. But, you know, when you're dealing with demons, whatever you're dealing with, it's only your faith that keeps you safe.
Yeah.
There isn't no magic spirit, talisman, or whatever else. You know, when I was a young boy, this sticks with me. I went with my dad to Appleby Fair, the Gypsy Fair at Appleby, you know. And they used to have bare knuckle boxing in them days, but we won't talk about that either. You know. And I used to watch these but knock each other out and smack each other a bit, and you know. And I watched this bloke do this, and I said, "What does that mean, Dad?" He said, "Bugger all if you can't fight." You know, it's true. It means bugger all if you can't fight. Nothing. You know, you can hold as many crosses as you like. If you ain't got faith, you've got nothing. You got no. You know, you can put a cross on every bloody wall. It ain't that they're going to keep you safe. It's what's in here. It's got to be clean and green. I've gone into some situations and I thought, heck, I'm going to brown line my pants in here in a minute. But you can't. You've got to focus. I've come here to do a job, and I'm going to do it. I'll tell you a story here, and this is as true as I stand here. When I was a young boy, a young man, I set out. I wanted to go and find Jesus or find God. And I set out to find him. I couldn't find him anywhere, right? So someone said to me, well, he don't want to be found, but the devil does. So I set out to find the devil because he wants to be found. And boy, did I find him. I found the man himself. Yeah, did I ever. And I can tell you now, I'm not talking about being scared, but it was that gave me the faith, if you like, because only having the faith saved me that day. And that people probably don't believe me, but I'm not bothered what people believe. I know in me.
Yeah, I can tell you the truth. Yeah.
Oh, that's what Kelly Juice. Oh my gosh, said she did a regression and was addicted with 5 kids. Came back, she was just past life regression. Yeah.
I do regression myself, but I mean the way I do it is the old gypsy way. Everything I do is the old British gypsy way. But I do feel that a lot of people do it not because they get a buzz out of it, all right, and people start doing it for the wrong reason, all right. And there's nothing wrong if you was a bricklayer, you'd get paid for building a house. There's nothing wrong with getting a few quid for doing a reading or whatever. But when my ma always said to me, boy, don't you go getting too big for your boots, because the glory isn't yours, it's his. And as quick as he give you it, he can take it from you. And how many times have I seen mediums freeze at the door? And I've got to be careful what I say here, but I've seen some top mediums, all right, being caught out by just complete and utter bullshit. You know, because you can only give what you get, all right? You can't go making it up. There are, everybody has a gift. Everybody has a gift. How many times have a lady stood in a post office queue and said, there's something about that arsehole and I don't like it.
Oh,
right? And it found out to be really true.
Yeah.
You know, because we're talking about Mother Earth here, all right? And we're talking about females that are closer to Mother Earth than we are. All right, so they're more gifted. If you go back to the Stone Age time when the man was out clubbing dinosaurs, the woman would be sat in some cave somewhere with the offspring, living off her instincts.
Yeah.
You know, and it's still within them now. You know, and for every time people say to me, "Oh, you're really good, you are," I think you should have seen my mother. I'm not a patch on what she was. You know, so my belief is, you know, the gift doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to me at all. It belongs to them on the other side, or for the people that need it. You know, it belongs to them. And for the answer because all I am is a channel. I'm a messenger, you know. And when you've done your bit, you're nothing. You become a nothing. You give what you get, and you become a nothing. You're an empty bit of coke on some sidewalk. You know, you give your bit and you move on, and it's like a conveyor belt. All right, and there are some people that will stand by you and swear by you because they've had a message, or there's something maybe connected to them, maybe from another life somewhere, or another dimension, I don't know. But they become friends, and for every millionaire, how many true friends has he got? But how many of these people, these superstars, how many friends have they really got? True friends, you know. Yeah. And if you think about the higher you climb, or get this big head here, and you know, your life starts to fall apart. But while you keep your feet on the ground and you know your place in the world, it works, because if I shouldn't be here, because I'm a walking miracle. I literally am. I had septicemia and E. coli and Lord knows what else. You know, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't. I am a walking miracle. Why? I don't know. But it's true, I am, and I've got a medical record to prove it. Yeah. You know, 9 weeks in a coma. You know, I lost 5.5 stone. I look like a skeleton when I came out the other side. But there I am.
Yeah, that,
you know.
So it is. It's yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, and a lot of it makes a lot of sense to me now. You know, because you know when you have like ideas and they're all in bits floating about in your head. When you've said stuff, it's like you're helping me put them together, because it's like, right, yeah, it makes sense now, and yeah, that's great, that Mickey.
I think that my life never made sense to anyone. It makes sense to me, because I amble from day to day. You know, I don't want to be anyone. I just want to be me, and I've worked with some of the top stars. You know, I mean, I'm the only psychic ever to work down at Pinewood Studios while I made a Bond film.
Oh, wow.
You know, and that's true.
That. So you've actually done that, haven't you? You know, you've worked with stars and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Well, I didn't quite get to the moonlight, but what's it like? Just another day of staying alive, isn't it? It's like you sit down and have a cup of tea and you call him mate. You know, like, look, I'm a Freemason, all right? I don't care what anybody think about me. I really don't give a damn. You know, I'm an upstanding guy. I like my lodge and I like the guys. And when I met somebody, I was sat next to somebody, right? And I didn't know he was one of the Queen's cousins. I ain't got a damn clue who he was. I ain't got a clue. I sat next to him and I called him mate and shook his hand. "Hi mate, you're all right, thank you very much," and all that. And this guy glaring at me over here, you know, like, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
No.
What are they?
I ain't got a clue, mate, who he is. He said, "That's the Queen's cousin, whatever." And I thought, so I walked up to him and said, "Look, I'm ever so sorry. I didn't know who he was." And you know what he said to me? "That's fine, here, we're all brothers."
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
We're all brothers. We are all brothers. And that's exactly what he said. Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are. You know, we all live and breathe and go to the loo the same. Bread costs the same. Does it matter? We all breathe the same air, and we worship our God, or some of us do. You know, but we all walk the same earth, and we should all be here for one another. Because one day you never know whether you're going to need that bloke.
Exactly.
You know, they never know when they're going to need you. You know, I mean, I'm also a blood donor as well. I don't know where my blood's gone, but I know when I was in hospital, I needed transfusions. Works both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's both ways. Yeah, it's same thing. It's I
You
get
know,
you. Like they always say when a disaster hits, like, or it's not just that, like a flood or snow, neighbours
yeah,
start helping each other out. You know, they start clearing
yeah,
each other's driveways and
yeah,
looking after people what can't get out of house, things like that.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like if we remembered that just every day and not just wait for a disaster,
yeah.
it'd be a lot better, wouldn't it? You know, so, yeah, I get you for that. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not. I'm not here to try to convert anybody with the Bible. To me, the Bible it's a book. To me, I'm not going to go into my thoughts about the Bible. It's just a good book, right? There are people that can talk about that Bible upside down, back to front, and they can badger you under the table. And I know people, believe it or not, priests that don't even believe in God.
Yeah.
So how do you carry that? He can quote the Bible upside down, back to front, all right. But when anything goes wrong, who does he come knocking on the door? Me. You know. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that is, it's a good book, all right, and everything in it, I would say, is there. It's a good book to live by. It's a rule book. It's a guidance, all right. But inside, you know what's right and you know what's wrong, and so do I. So that's inbuilt. We know. How many times have you walked into a room and knew there's been something not right, or you met somebody and knew they weren't right?
I get that.
You don't even need to know.
Yeah.
You just know.
Kelly wants to know if you could reach out to her, Mika.
Could you reach out to you? Sorry, could you reach out to me, Ricky? Pardon me, please.
Not Ricky.
Well, I don't know what you mean. Reach out to you. You'll have to message me.
Yeah.
Because I ain't got a clue where you are or what it's all about. But yeah, you know, if you can message me, we can see what we can do. But being honest with you, I'm absolutely up to here with readings. I'm getting bookings for 2027.
Whoa.
I am, and it's more than one or two. I've got an 85-year-old booked a reading in next year on his birthday. You know, and it's ridiculous. I mean, why do people do it? I don't know. I want to make sure I get a reading on my birthday. And I've got people that won't even get out of bed unless they talk to me. How stupid is that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Pretty ridiculous, you know. But and there was going back to 2014, I think. There was a star in America that lost her mum, and she wouldn't talk to anyone but me. How bloody ridiculous is that? And what do I know about anything? I'm here, she's there. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's a strange world. It's a strange world, you know. And like the DEA ring me up from America and ask me about crimes and all kinds of stupid things, and South African police and bloody Lord knows what else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Where does it come from? I'm damned if I know. It just comes.
Just wondering if you know, like when I've always been one of them people where, you know, if someone comes into a room and they're not happy, they're sad.
Yeah.
Even if they try faking it, I can usually tell someone's not right. They're not happy, they're sad. You can tell someone's a bit depressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some say that it can have, if you don't watch yourself, it can have an effect on you receiving it, because you can flow into it instead of, you know, just taking it for what it is and then, all right, okay, it's sad. But some people, they'll let it affect them as well.
Yeah.
I just wondered if you ever get that. Right.
I think when you believe, or some people don't understand, all right, and let's say a businessman, and he's busy going through his business, making his millions, and he hasn't got time to think about where he's going to go and take a dump or anything like that. He's got everything, and away he goes. But something will stop him dead in his tracks. Lose his business, lose his wife, his life's all in a circle, and all of a sudden, spirit can start talking to him. Because these things, they happen, not by coincidence, they happen to stop you in your tracks. All right? And then people start to be made aware. And why are they made aware? Because guides, workers, inspirers, angels, call them what you like, can actually come to you and make you aware of what's going on inside of you. And there's more to this world than money, prestige and cars and whatever else. You know, and I do believe that there are guys, working inspirers, call them what you like, that will work with several people at the same time. And how many times have you been sat down and thought to yourself, there's something different about me today? And then from that point on, your life's changed, or you've changed, or the way you think's changed, or your diet's changed. Or if somebody said something to you, or you've heard something, and it's completely changed your life.
Yeah.
Things don't happen by accident. Things are aimed because it's not a narrative, it's a panoramic view that you're walking into, and you're being made aware of it, because that panoramic view is the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's
goes a bit beyond understanding, doesn't it? But
it's good. No, it's brilliant. Yeah. I mean, Annette, what do you think to all that? Is any of that what?
Oh, absolutely.
Say again?
I was just wondering about Annette, and do you get that as well, Annette? Sometimes where you pick up on people or pick up on.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's weird with me, because if I get a gut feeling, I can feel something's wrong, I will dream it. And I know at that point, after that what I'm thinking is right. And it's always spot on. Never get, if I dream about somebody and something is wrong, then there is something wrong.
Yeah, I get you.
It hits you in the gut, you know the feeling, and you think there's something wrong here. And in your dreams, one way or another, you will be told what's going on.
That's the square peg in the round hole, isn't it? You know, you've got this thing here, and you're trying to fit it into a hole.
Yeah.
Just keep hold of it, because one day that piece will slot in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it will happen.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of people think, it's a load of old trash, and they'll let go of that. You know. And it's right then that you'll need it. I whip like that lady. I wish I'd listened to it. I wish I'd done this. You know. Some years ago, I got married, but the day before, I looked in the mirror and said, I think I'm making a big mistake here. Did I ever? Well, we won't talk about that. No. Never again. Never. No. I ignored everything. Not anyone told me, because as far as everyone's concerned, I was happy. No. But inside, it just didn't feel right, and I went along because of, like that lady, with the pressure. So, yeah, but never again. No.
Yeah.
I live on my instincts from now on. That I've grown from my own experience. It's made me what I am. You know. Yeah. And if it don't feel right, I don't care what it is. If that there's a story many years ago when I was talking to someone, and I said to him, if I was you, mate, I wouldn't go on that aeroplane. Well, I'm going. I said, all right, mate, please yourself. I've just got a bad feeling about it, right? So anyway, couple of weeks later, he came and he said, right, here's 100 quid for you, and it was a lot of money in them days. I said, what's that for? Well, he said, you told me about that aeroplane. I said, well, you're still here. I don't know. Well, I can tell you now, I didn't get on it. And the engine caught fire.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It didn't crash, but the engine caught fire, and where he was sat was quite burnt. So,
wow. Yeah.
Who's
you know,
money can't buy you love now.
We don't always get things exact, but giving
It's
it
enough.
off.
Yeah, it's enough. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
You know,
I'd rather not be on that plane too. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I get you on that one. Sally Ann mentioned there, USA government are known for using mediums to do remote viewings. Now, a lot of people said that weren't real. But I do believe it's true because they did experimented.
The CIA started using them in Vietnam and in the Cold War because that's where I got my training from.
Yep. Right.
Way back in the early 70s when the warden of the home I was in, the kids' home, thought I was mental and wrote a letter to the army, or to the military anyway. It said that I was mental and I saw things. And I didn't know. At that time, the military were very interested, you know. And being honest, my education was crap, and it still is. And I still can't. I'm still no good with letters and writing, but that's me. You know, at the end of the day, I am what I am. I do what I do. But when I got to the recruit training, I'm not going to go into it all, but they picked me up and took me to a knitting hut somewhere and said, right, tell us what's in the next room. And I said, well, we'll have a look. And he said, no, I want you to tell me. I said, there's a chair near the door. And he looked through the door and said, right, I'll see you next week. And then the next part was a couple of weeks later, they picked me up, the SBI, Special Investigation Branch, get in the car, didn't know where he was going, bloody January, freezing me butt off. There's a desk, a chair, a piece of paper, and a pen. At 12 o'clock, we're going to send you something from another part of the world, see if you can pick it up. 12 o'clock come, he said, have you got out? I said, well, I think I've got a shape like a grandfather clock. Write it down there. And I did. And he said, right out, see you again. But it progressed from there. I didn't know what the hell was going on. It all started in the education block, playing cards or guessing shapes. Most people get 2, 3, 4 out of 10 right. I was getting 7, 8 out of 10 right, and still do. You know. But that was then. But remote viewing, people think you think about, you've got people at the CIA that sit there and do nothing but ponder over maps all day and photographs. When you hear me doing a reading, usually on a Sunday night at this time, I'm telling people where they're sat, what they're doing. You know, I said, you're here, you're there. He stood, I'm looking through their eyes at you now. You sat on the bed, you sat with the door, this, that, and the other. And I go, bloody hell, you know. And some of them get quite upset. You know, that's remote viewing. That's how I use it. You know, but I don't know. I mean, I've been out in the military for probably 40 years. But how would you take something like that psychic espionage, and not use it when somebody as useless as me can tell people where they're sat and what's in front of them, and they've moved photographs around. If I can do that, there's people far better than me that do nothing but that. Like, you know, me and you, we drive cars, but what are these Formula One drivers? You know, they're not car drivers, they're experts at what they do. So you think about the CIA. if I can do that, what can they do?
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, it'll be. I guess it'll be a different level, won't it?
Yeah, Noreen. The amount of times I've had strong feelings from somebody who I feel is struggling, who isn't showing outside signs, and I've reached out and I've been right. They have been grateful that I have seen. It's a big relief because they don't like to admit they are struggling. Yeah.
Yeah. We all, sometimes absolutely. We all struggle. I do. But if I get a train and I thought someone was struggling, I can't stop until I've stopped them doing them. That basically, that's not your brain. That's the spirit guide. That's the spirit guide. Someone, an angel, call it what you like. That's can I say, working with you, passing messages on. If you can do that, you can do what I do. There's nothing stopping you. It's just having the guts to give off what you get. And once you've done that, you've made a link with spirit, and spirit will come to you more. It's having the faith to give that off. Yeah. You know, even if you fall flat on your face, it's having the guts to do it. You know, and a lot of people don't understand that. You know, and I do feel for people because, well, I'm going to look an idiot. Well, I'd rather look an idiot and save somebody's life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's me. I don't care. Maybe it's my age, but I've always been like that. Yeah. If you don't like me, you don't like me. You know, the pigeon door is, I ain't really bothered.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
I'll give you what I get. If you don't like it, don't come to me. Don't tell me. You know, don't ask me. You know, it's as simple as that. There's some people I said, look, if you don't want to hear what I've got, bugger up and leave me alone. It's as simple as that. You might not like what you're going to get, but you'll get it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't want to know, don't ask. If you can't handle it, don't ask. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't go out of the way to hurt somebody like that or make them nervous. I wouldn't. But there are some people that, what can I do about my marriage? What can I do about this? And I tell people, and I think one of them is here tonight, about you've been told to go and get that benefit. And they apply for it, and then they get it. You know, well, I never thought I could get it. Well, that's why you were told to get it.
Yeah.
You know,
you're being get a nudge. Yeah.
Who am I to say things like that? You're nothing and a nobody. I just do what I do. You know.
Well, guys, we've got 1 minute left. Mickey, we have to get you on again.
We're going to have to.
Well, I'm here. I'm here. You know, if you want me anytime.
Absolutely. If you want to come back on, should we do it? If you've got next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Sunday.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2 next Sunday because.
Yeah.
You have to let me know what the subject is. I mean, I've gone all over tonight, and I'm sorry.
No, I love it.
Yeah, and it's fantastic because I think all the bits that you've gone round, it kind of makes it provides a really big picture. It's brilliant. Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
So I look forward to you next week, Annette. And John, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And people in comments as well, they've loved it. They've got great things to say. So
hope you come back for part 2 next week. And we have to go because we've hit 8 o'clock.
Right. Okay. Lovely working with you guys.
And you as well.
Excellent.
See you next week.
Right. I'll see you later. Take care. Goodbye.
Take care. All right, well, that was Mickey.